conversion between all these four number system. Uh, Decimal we have seen, binary we have seen, octa we have seen, and hexal. So if you see this arrow mark, so we will be having a conversion between decimal to binary, and again binary to decimal, decimal to hexa, hexa to decimal, then binary to hexa, hexa to binary, octa to decimal, decimal to octa, octa to hexa, hexa to octa. All this kind of combination we will see into the next slide. Let us understand first how the decimal numbers are converted into binary. Because if you use a calculator or any digital gadgets, and if you do a mathematics onto that, and if I want to do a mathematics, say 2 plus 2, so I just key in 2 number and then the arithmetic symbol plus and then again 2 and then again, unless I show the 2 is equal to, it won't give a resultant answer like 4. But on the back end, for any electronic gadget, that decimal number is not understood by any electronic machine. That should be converted into binary. So on the back end, every decimal number is converted into binary. The arithmetic takes place into the form of binary only. It will get some certain answer, and on the display back to our calculator or monitor, it will show into the form of decimal. So how these decimals are converted to binary and binary are converted to decimal? Let's see this. What is the procedure? The procedure is divide the decimal number by the base 2, noting the remainder, continue to divide the quotient by 2 until there is nothing left, keeping the track of the remainders from each step. List the remainder values in reverse order to find the numbers binary equivalent. So this is the procedure. Let's take an example for this. So let's have the number called 105, which should be converted into binary. So what we need to do, divide it by 2. So we have divided it. So it is 52 are 1 is a remainder. Again 52 should be divided by 2, 26, 0 is a remainder. Again divide by 2, 13, 0. Again 6, I hope you can see this. 2 6 are 12, 1 is the remainder. Again divided by 2, so 2 3 are 6, 0 is the remainder. Then you got it in 1 and 1. So again if you divide it, 2 zeros are 0, so the remainder will be 1. So how we have to collect this answer from most significant bit to least significant bit. So to collect the answer, it is 1 1 0 1 0 0 1. So this is how the conversion of a decimal number, a whole number 105 with a base of 10, because this shows that because it is a base of 10, this is the decimal number. So 105 decimal number is converted into a binary form which is having a base of 2. So 11010001. Now if you want to have the conversion of decimal number into the binary number, but we have a fractional number system. That was a whole number and this is a fractional number. Then what we have to do? Multiply the given fractional number by base 2. Earlier what we did, we have divided it. We have divided it by 2. Here what we are doing, we are multiplying the given fractional number by the base 2. Record the carry generated in this multiplication as most significant bit. Multiply only the fractional number of the product in step 2 by 2 and record the carry as the next bit to most significant bit. Repeat the steps 2 and 3 up to 5 bits. That is enough. The last carry will represent the least significant bit of equivalent binary number. Let's see the example. If you see the example, it will be easy to understand. So we have converting 0.4 to decimal number into its equivalent binary number. So what we need to do? We need to multiply by 2. So we have multiplied by 2. So how much is the answer? 0.84. This remainder we have to collect onto the right hand side. Now next, again 0.84 should be multiplied by 2. It is 1.68. So 1 should be taken onto this side and only again 0.68. Next time we don't take the 1.68. We just have to take 0.68. So 0.68 into 2, 1.36. 1 is taken over here. 0.36 into 2, 0.72, and 0.72 into 4, 1.44. So up to 5 bits it is enough. Now, how the collection of the answer is taken place from the most significant bit to the least significant bit. So this is the answer. So 0.42 decimal number, its equivalent into the binary is what? 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1. So this is an equivalent of a fractional number, fractional decimal number. Now the conversion between the decimal number system to octa number system. What is the procedure? Divide the decimal number by the base 8, noting the remainder. Same way, decimal to binary we have divided it by 2. Here, decimal to octa we are dividing it by 8 and noting down the remainder. Continue to divide the quotient by 8 until there is nothing left, keeping the track of the remainders from each step. List the remainder value in the reverse order to find the numbers octal equivalent. It is as simple as what we did in the case of decimal to binary. So convert, let us an example as 204 decimal number to its equivalent octa number. So divide by 8, it is 25. What is the remainder? Here you can see very clearly 825. If you do it, then the 4 is the remainder. We just collected 4 onto this particular right side. Again, this 25 quotient we have to take here, and again it is divided by 8. So 8 3s are 24. 1 is the remainder. Again, this 3 is divided by 8. So if you take the zeros up, then this comes as 3. So how the collection of the answer is done? From the main scale, from lower to upper. Sorry, from lower to upper. So what is the answer for 204 decimal number? It is 314 with a base of 8. So this is not a decimal. Please, if you don't put a base of 2, 10, 8, 16, you will be messed up. So to identify it, to represent it, saying that it is an octa number system, there should be a base very clearly written. So 204 base 10 is converted into 314 octa number. If you have a fractional number, the same decimal number into an octal number, but if you have a fractional, then the same way, last time we have divided, multiplied by 2, here we will be multiplying by octa number 8. So multiply the given fractional number by base 8, record the carry generated in this multiplication as most significant digit, multiply only the fractional number of the product in step 2 by 8 and record the carry as the next bit to MSD. Repeat the steps 2 and 3 up to 5 bits. The last carry will represent the least significant digit of equivalent octal number. Let us have the conversion of 0.6234 decimal number into its equivalent octa number system. What we need to do? We need to multiply by 8. So we have multiplied by 8, we'll get this particular answer, and the 4 is collected onto the right hand side in this manner. Again, 0.9872 should be multiplied by 8. So it is coming 7.8976. 7 we have to carry here. Then the rest again is multiplied by 8. So this is the fraction. This is the number. Then 7 is over. Then this is multiplied by 8. So 1.4464. 1 we have to collect onto this side. And the 0.4464 should be multiplied by 8. This is come 3.5712. And 3 should be collected over here. So 5 bits is enough. Now how the answer is taken? From the main scale, from the most significant bit to the least significant. So for the fractional decimal number, converting into a octa number system. So this comes like point, we need to put a point, 0.47713. So this is a conversion of decimal into octa. Let's see how the decimal number to an hexa. First we have seen decimal to binary, decimal to octa, and now decimal to hexa. Divide the decimal number by the base 16. noting the remainder, continue to divide the quotient by 16 until there is nothing left, keeping the track of the remainders from each step. List the remainder values in reverse order to find the numbers hexa equivalent. Let's see an example. So convert 2003 decimal number into its hexadecimal number. So we will be dividing it by 16. So 16, if you see that here, the quotient is 125 and the remainder is 3. The remainder we have written on the right hand side. Again, 125 is divided by 16. So 7's up. Remainder is 13. Quotient is 7. Again, it is 0. If you multiply it by 0, then the remainder is 7. Now, this is an hexa. We are converting the decimal into hexa. So this is 3 as it is. But 13, we don't have 13. Like, 13 decimal number. If you convert it, it is D. We have seen in the table A, B, C, D. So D is 13. E is 14. F is 15. So that you have to remember what is A, B, C, D, E and F. And 7 as usual. So how the collection? From the most significant, from lower to upper, most significant digit to least significant digit. So 2003 was the decimal number. We have converted into a hexadecimal number. So the answer will be 7D3, which is having a base of 16 number. We cannot write 7 and 13 and 3. No, that is the wrong way of addressing the hexadecimal number system. It should be 7D3 of base 16. Now we have a fractional number, same decimal number system, which is into converting into a hexa number system, but in a fractional. Multiply the given fractional number by the base 16. Record the carry generated in this multiplication as MSD. Multiply only the fractional number of the product in step 2 by 16 and record the carry as the next bit to MSD. Repeat the steps 2 and 3 up to 5 bits. The last carry will represent the LSD of the equivalent hexa number. Every time we are doing the same job. When we have converted the decimal into binary, decimal into octa, and now decimal into hexa. In the case of fractional number system, we are multiplying. So let's take an example of 0.122, which is converted into an hexa number. So multiply by 16, you will get 1.952, and 1, just collect over the 1. I'll explain why we have written this one later. Again, this is coming like, multiply by 16, 15.23. So 15 is written over here. This 15, earlier I've told you that 15 is nothing but it stands for the F. Then this 0.232 is multiplied by 16. So this comes 3.72. 3 is collected over here. This is a 3. So 0.712 is multiplied by 16. This is coming 11.392. 11 is nothing but B. Because after, in the case of hexa number system, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Up to 9 we have. And after 9, what we have? We have A. A in the sense, it is a 10 equivalent. So B is 11. C is 12. D is 13. E is 14. And F is 15. So for the 5 digits, this is enough. 1, F3, B6. So if you want to collect the answers, it is from main scale, most significant to the least significant. So this comes like 0.1, F36, B6, which is nothing but a hexa number system. So base of 16. Now we did decimal to binary, decimal to octa, decimal to hexa, and now we will see binary to decimal in a reverse manner. How the binary numbers are converted into decimal. Conversion of binary number into a decimal number. Write down the binary number. Write down the weights for different positions. Multiply each bit in the binary number with the corresponding weight to obtain product numbers to get the decimal numbers. Add all the product numbers to get the decimal equivalent. Now let's see an example with the same. So convert 1011.01 binary number to its equivalent decimal number system. We have taken directly a fractional number into that. So this is a binary number 1011.01. This is nothing but binary point. So their position weight will be, this is 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 0, 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3. This is 2 to the power of -1 and 2 to the power of -3, because we have seen in the structure. So same, the positional weight will be, as I told, according to the structure of binary number system. And just multiply, now just multiply 1 into 2 to the power of 3, 0 into 2 to the power of 2, 1 into 2 to the power of 1, 1 into 2 to the power of 0, and sum up all these numbers. Like this is the steps. Point, this is a base, this is a binary point. So into 0 into 0 into 2 to the power of -1, and this is least significant bit 1 into 2 to the power of -2. So if you sum up everything, this comes like 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1, 0.0 plus 0.25. So this is coming like 11.25, and that is what decimal. So it should have a base of 10. So this particular given binary number is converted into a decimal number. Now let's see the octa number, if it is converted into a decimal number. Write down the octal number, write down the weights for the different positions, multiply each bit in the binary number with the corresponding weight to obtain product numbers to get the decimal number. Add all the product numbers to get the decimal equivalent. Let's see the example. So the example we are taking is in 365.24 octal number to its equivalent decimal number. Let's see this. So this is an octal number 365.24, and we are converting it into the equivalent decimal number. So see, so position weights, this is decimal point, so this will be 8 to the power of 0, 8 to the power of 1, 8 to the power of 2, and so forth. This is 8 to the power of -1, 8 to the power of -2, 8 to the power of -3. So this is least significant digit, and this is most significant digit. And now multiply 3 into 8 to the power of 2, 6 into 8 to the power of 1, 5 into 8 to the power of 0, and so forth. So this is what we have done earlier also. So if you do the mathematics, the final answer is 245.3125, and because we have converted into decimal, it should be having a base of 10. So now we have converted an octal number into a decimal number. Let's see how the hexa number is converted into a decimal number. Procedure is, write down the hexa number, write down the weights for the different position, multiply each bit in the binary number with the corresponding weight to obtain product numbers to get the decimal numbers, add all the product numbers to get the decimal equivalent. Let's see an example. Example will give the right picture to understand that. So convert 5826 is the number what we are considering to its equivalent decimal number. So hexa number is 5826. Okay, the positional weight is, we have not taken into the fractional, so the positional weight will be 16 to the power of 0, 1, 2, and 3, and we need to multiply now 5 into 16 to the power of 3, 8 into 16 to the power of 2, 2 into 16 to the power of 1, 6 into 16 to the power of 0, and we will sum up all the numbers. This one, so by doing the mathematics, if you add up, it is 22566, and because we have converted this into a decimal number system, so it is of the base of 10. Now the binary to octa. Let's have the conversion between binary to octa. The procedure goes like, group the binary bits into groups of 3 starting from LSB. In the definition of octa itself, we have told that when the binary number is converted to octa, or when the binary number is converted to hexa, in the case of octa, pairing of 3 numbers, and in the case of hexa, the pairing of 4 numbers from the least significant bit. So the same thing, group the binary bits into groups of 3 starting from LSB. convert each group into its equivalent decimal. As the number of bits in each group is restricted to 3, the decimal number will be same as the octal number. It is as simple as, now we are taking an example like 11010010. This is the number what we are taking, and this should be converted into octal number system. So from the least significant bit, we will be making a pair of 3 digits. So 0, 1, 0. This will be again 0, 1, 0, and this will be 0, 1, 1, like this. You see this? Okay, pairing 3, 3. So this is, what is 0, 1, 0? It is nothing but 2. Again 0, 1, 0 is nothing but 2, and 0, 3, 0, 1, 1 is nothing but 3. So 3, 2, 2 is the octa number system for the equivalent given binary number. From binary to hexa, so 1/4, that was 1/3, and this is 1/4. So binary to hexa. Group the binary bits into groups of 4 starting from least significant bit. Convert each group into its equivalent decimal. As the number of bits in each group is restricted to 4, the decimal number will be same as the hexa number. So we are restricting it to 4. So directly, if you see that particular 4-digit binary number, we will directly convert it into a hexa number and give the final number. Now let's take an example of 110, 100, 10 binary number into an equivalent hexa number. So this is the number binary number example, and this is the least significant bit. And from here we have to make it of 4 bits as a pair. So 0, 1, 0, 0, up to here it will be 1, and 1, 0, 1, 1 will be the second pair. So this is how we have to do it, 2 pairs. And if you see this 0010 is nothing but 2 decimal, isn't it? And 1101 is nothing but D. If you remember the table which we have studied previously, so 1101 is nothing but D. So what is an equivalent hexa number now? D2 of the base 16. The conversion from octa number system to a binary system. To get the binary equivalent of the given octa number, we have to convert each octal digit into its 3-bit binary number system. It's a reciprocal, like when we are converting a binary number system into an octa, what we did from the least significant bit, made a 3 numbers, 3 bits as a single number. So now octa is converted into binary. So what we have to do, suppose we have a number called 364 octal number, so it's an equivalent binary number. So each number we will put it into 3 binary number systems. So like 4 is nothing but what? 0. 4 is nothing but 100. 6 is 110, and 3 is 111. So what is the final answer for this? It will be, we can write it as in 0, 1, 1, 110, 100 of the base 2, or we can simply say that 1, 1, 110, 100. So this is also, we can write it in this form. Now the hexa to binary, again the same vice versa, binary to decimal of 1/4. So hexa to decimal, hexa to binary, again we will split the hexa number and make it into the 4 binary equivalent, and that will be the total answer. To get the binary equivalent of the given hexa number, we have to convert each hexa digit into its equivalent 4-bit binary number. Okay, so let's have an example. Convert AFB2 hex number into its equivalent binary number. Let's see an example. So we'll be writing 4 separately, AFB2. So what is 2? 2 is 0010. What is B? 1011. F is 15th number, so 1111. A is 1010. It is 10 number, so 1010. This is how it goes. So this is an equivalent of 10, this is 11, this is 15, and this is 2. So sum up everything. So this will be 1010, 1111, 1011, 0010 of the base 2 is an equivalent of AFB2 hexa number. Now the conversion from octa number to an hexa number. Let's see this conversion. Octa is 8 and hexa is 16. To get a hexa equivalent number of given octal number, first we have to convert octal number into its 3-bit binary equivalent and then convert binary equivalent to the hexa. Okay, directly we don't have the previous any kind of method. So only little typical is converting the octal number into a 3-bit first. Sorry, and then convert binary into its hexa number. So let's have a number called 364. Now 364 is the octal number. This we are converting into a binary number. So this is a binary number 011110100, and this binary number is altogether we have written. So 011110100. So this have become a complete binary number. Now we will make it with a pair of 4. So what is this? This is 0010 is 4, then 1111 is F, and this is all zeros is nothing but 0. So what is the hexa number? Hexa number, even if you write 0 or not, it doesn't make any difference. So the equivalent of octa number 364 is F4. Hexa to octa. To get octal equivalent number of given hexa number, first we have to convert hexa number into its 4-bit binary equivalent and then convert binary equivalent into its octal equivalent. Let's have an example 4CA number. So now 4CA, which is nothing but a hexa number, we have written into the binary number system. A is nothing but 1010, this is C, and this is 4, and then we have written all together the number, and we will make it into the form of 3 numbers now, 1/3 of the number. So this is 010 is nothing but 2, 001 is 1, 011 is 3, and this is 010 is 2. So this is coming like 2312 is the octa number system. Following now, the next is, so far we have seen all the number system and the conversion between all the number system. Now we have arithmetic, a Boolean arithmetic. And onto that, the first topic what we are studying is called as an addition. So there are certain rules to add the binary numbers. In the case of binary addition, 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, and most interesting over here is 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. Normally 1 stands for high or true or on. 0 stands for low, false, off. Okay, so when two states we are taking like 1 and 1, 1 plus 1 will be a 0 with a carry 1. So this is always you have to remember that 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. Now if we take an example for the binary addition, it's very simple. Like here you can see that 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. Again 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. So 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. Again 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. Here we got it as 1 plus 1 plus 1. So it will come like 1 with carry 1. Got it? So this is a binary addition according to the certain rules. So this is the final answer. We can have the decimal in the same manner. That doesn't make any difference. It is in the same manner we can get it. And next is the binary subtraction. Again, there are 4 rules. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 1 is 1. when we borrow 1 from next higher column. So this is a typical, and this is the most interesting part rule you have to remember in the case of subtraction. As I told you, in the case of addition, 1 plus 1, here if you see this slide, this is 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. So here also in the case of subtraction, if you see the rule, 0 minus 1 is 1 only when you borrow 1 from next higher column. Otherwise, if there is in the next higher column there is no 1, then the 0 minus 1 will be 0. This is same rules of the mathematics. 1 minus 0 is 1 and 1 minus 1 is 0. So if you subtract and take this an example, 1010.010 minus 111.111. So with the same mathematical rules, you'll get this following answer. Multiplication, again 4 rules are there. 0 into 0 is 0, 0 into 1 is 0, 1 into 0 is 0, and 1 into 1 is 1. It is very simple. If you multiply 1001 into this is a into symbol into 1000, so you'll get the answer. This is as simple as what we do in the normal mathematics, and then the addition have to be taken care of that. Binary division, so you have only simple things. In the case of binary, so if you multiply or in the division part, so this is how it comes, like 101 the 1, if you take 101 and then 110 minus 101, it will give as a 1. So we have to take care of the mathematics and subtraction so that we can do the division in the case of binary number system. Now we have another topic called complements, and that are ones complements and twos complements. So what are ones complement? The ones complement of a number is obtained by simply complementing each bit of the number, that is by changing all zeros to 1 and all ones to 0. It's kind of an inverter, like 0, 1 and 1 is 0. So that is called as a ones complement. This system is called as ones complement because the number can be subtracted from 1 to obtain the result. See this, obtain ones complement from 1010. So if you are doing ones complement 1010, the answer will be 0101. Just ones complement of 1010 is how much? 0101. Here you can see that these are all the binary digits, binary numbers, and ones complement of this. So just if it is a 1, it will be 0. If it is 0, it is a 1. Subtraction using ones complement. So we can use, earlier we have done the addition and subtraction with the basic rules, but now using the ones complement, how the subtractions takes place. So in ones complement subtraction, add the ones complements of subtrahend to the minute. This is the procedure I am telling. If there is carry out, bring the carry around and add it to the least significant bit. Look at the sign bit, MSB. If this is 0, the result is positive and is in its true binary form. If the MSB is 1, whether there is a carry or no carry at all, the result is negative and is in its ones complement form. So take ones complement to obtain result. So now see the example. Performing using ones complement 9 minus 4. So this is a decimal number 9 subtracted to 4. The answer should be 5. Using what? Using ones complement. So let us see what is 9 and what is 4. So what is subtrahend? The 4 is subtrahend. So 4 is the decimal number and binary digit for this is 0100. This is the binary number. So what is the ones complement of subtrahend? This will be 0100, right? So ones complement will be 1011. Now what we are doing? Add 9 with ones complement of 4. So this is what 1001 is the 9's binary equivalent, And to this we are adding 1's complement of 4. This is the 1's complement of 4 which we have written already here. So directly we are adding 1's complement of 4 1011 to a 9 number. This is the 9 binary equivalent. So what is the question now? 1001 should be added to 1011. So 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. Now you got what? You got carry as in 1. So if carry is generated, add final carry to the result. So this 1 should be again added to the result. How? Say, this is the final carry, what you got it. This was the carry, and this is again added to this. So now the final result will be 0 plus 1 is 1. This is as usual 0. This is 1 and this is 0. So the final result is 1 0 1. So 9 minus 4 is nothing but 5. So 5's equivalent is nothing but 1 0 1. So when the final carry is produced, the answer is positive and is in its true binary form. Now let's see how the 2's complement work. The 2's complement of a number is obtained by adding 1 to 1's complement of that number. What does it mean? Suppose 0 is the binary number, and what will be the 1's complement of 0? It is 1. And to that particular 1, if we add 1 again, then that answer will be a 2's complement. So adding 1 to 1, 1 0. So 1 0 is a 2's complement of 0. Obtain 2's complements of 1 0 1 0. See how we have done. So this is 1 0 1 0. What is 1's complement of this number? It is 0 1 0 1. And after getting the 1's complement of this particular number, we need to add 1 in here. So when you add 1, 1 plus 1 is 0 with 1 carry. So this will come 1 and this 1. So 0 1 1 0 is called 2's complement of which number? Of 1 0 1 0. Now you can see the difference between 1's complement and 2's complement. So adding up each 1's complement by 1 will give the 2's complement. So you can simply see here. Now we have a subtraction using 2's complement. How it is done? In 2's complement subtraction, add the 2's complement of subtrahend to the minute. If carry is generated, then the result is positive and its true form. If the carry is not produced, then the result is negative and in its 2's complement form. Carry is always to be discarded. There in the case of 1's complement, if you got the carry, that carry was added again to the result, making it to the final as a final result. But whereas here in the case of 2's complement, carry is always discarded. Now let's see the same example, 9 minus 4. So subtrahend is what? 4. Let's have the 2's complement of 4. So 4 is nothing but binary equivalent is 0 1 0 0. Then and this 2's complement, this is the binary number, and for this 1's complement will be 1 0 1 1, and adding 1 to 1's complement will be 1 1 0 0 as a 2's complement of 4. Now you got 1 1 0 0 as a 2's complement of 4. Now what we need to do? We need to add 9 with 2's complement of 4. So this is 9. 9 is how much? 1 0 0 1. So to this 9, 2's complement of 4 is how much? 1 1 0 0. So here we got it as 1 1 0 0. So now we need to add this 2. So this is coming like 1 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. So here we got a carry. So in the case of 2's complement, what we need to do? If we get a carry, then we need to discard the carry. So what will be the final answer? It will be 0 1 0 1. See here it is written, if carry is generated, discard carry, the result is positive and it's true binary form. These are the few of the references to prepare the slides for this particular number system. Digital Principles for Malvino Leach, Modern Digital Electronics by Arpigen, Digital Electronics Principle in ICs by Anil K. Maini, Digital Technologies by A. Anand Kumar. So in this class, we have studied all the number systems, all the four decimal number system, binary number system, octa number system, hexa number system, and conversion between all the four number systems. We have studied the arithmetic, the Boolean algebra, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division rules. And we have also seen the ones complement and twos complement, including the subtraction method. So thank you everybody for listening so patiently. And for the next class, we will talk about logic gates and logic families. So once again, thank you.